What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Happy hump day. Happy hump day to you guys. Listen, y'all know how y'all feel like I kept thinking today was Thursday. I was like, Dad, going it all day today. I kept saying it was Thursday. So I hope that doesn't mean that all day tomorrow I'm gonna think it's Friday and get my feelings hurt. All right, y'all. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We can make get this party started. Sorry, y'all. I was eating some popcorn. And you know how you get that kernel stuck in your tooth, child. Or stuck in your gum. Sorry about that. I got that kernel stuck in my gum. Hey, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, listen. I guess Diddy ain't going to let us rest, okay? I was talking to Pam earlier. I said, well, dang, Pam, we thought we was good for a minute. We thought after the deadline of the statute had expired, we thought we was good for a minute. But, honey, we are right back where we started. I didn't even have to change my thumbnail. I did not watch Ray. I just got home from work, boo. Ray said that I watched Black Cake. I just got home from work. I ain't had a chance to watch it. No. Um, I'm not eating anything. It's a piece of gum that I need to take out my mouth. Hold on. Sorry about that. It was a piece of gum. Hold on, let me see. Y'all, I need y'all to know that Tracy is the real MVP. Like always and forever, Tracy is the MVP. Like always and forever. Hold on, Tracy. I'm checking my email now. I got it. Tracy's stupid job. She sent me an email. Oh Lord. Okay. All right, you guys. So thank you so much, Tracy. As always, Tracy is the number one showrunner. Okay. No, yeah. Please don't put anything in the chat about Black Cake, you guys. Please don't. I have not had a chance to watch it, and Tasha said no spoilers, please. Everybody hasn't read the book, so everybody doesn't know what's in there, and I can't say the difference between what they did or they didn't do. So with that being said. But tomorrow night, for my Black Cake people, I promise you guys alive. So tomorrow night at what time did we say? I think we said 8 o'clock. Tomorrow night at either 8 o'clock or 8:30. I think we said 8 o'clock. We will be doing the live panel for Black Cake. Okay. All right. Now let's get back to Diddy. So you guys listen, I don't need to go through no whole lot of back and forth. We know what it is. We know what Diddy has been accused of. We know that there was the bombshell case with Cassie. Um, and then there have been a few other cases outside of that. So today another case was filed against Diddy. Another case was filed. Now, what's interesting about this case is that this young lady was allegedly underage. Well, she was underage when this allegedly happened. Okay. So we are going to go through the case. Thank you to Tracy. Tracy just sent me the actual court documents. So we will be reading directly from the court, from the lawsuit. Okay. I'm not going to read every single line by line, but we are going to go through the narrative. Please remember that I have to be very careful with my wording because it does deal with very sensitive language that YouTube does not like. So sometimes y'all just going to have to read between the lines, or y'all going to have to, know what I'm saying without me saying it. Okay. There is a trigger warning on the lawsuit. So before I get into it, I'm asking that you guys, I'm telling you now, there is a trigger warning. So if this type of topic is a trigger for you, I will not be offended if you have to exit stage left. I understand. Okay. I do understand. Okay. So did I see the pictures they dropped? Who? The pictures that who dropped? I know that there are pictures in the lawsuit, but is that what you're talking about, Black Empress? Now, before I even get into this, I will read you what Diddy said. Diddy has released a statement, and I'm going to read to you guys what Diddy said, okay? Diddy said, Sorry. Shoot. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I pick up my phone and there's something already there that I gotta address. I gotta respond to. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. So before we go get into this, I am going to read you what Diddy said. Diddy released a statement, and Diddy said this. You saw a part of it on Men's Live. Yeah, it's very graphic, you guys. This is what Diddy posted on his official Instagram. He said, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation, and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." Signed, Sean Diddy Combs. Now, let me say this. No, I didn't do a name yesterday. I'll probably do a name tomorrow or Friday. Let me say this. You said on here that you didn't do none of what was been alleged. So none of what Cassie said was true. Nothing. None of it. Even the stuff that's been corroborated, even the stuff that none of it did he. None of it. Nothing. Nothing was true. None of it. Okay, good. Let's get into this case. Again, there is a trigger warning, so I'm letting you guys know once again there is a trigger warning. I am not going to read word for word and line for line, but I am going to read through the accusation and the narrative, and I'll let you guys decision. Well, you know, a lot of people do settle. Settling does not mean that you're guilty, although that is what people will tend to believe. But just because he settled don't mean that he's guilty. I'm just saying nothing, Diddy, nothing. You always let me just shut up. Let me just go and share my screen so we can read through this article, child. Let me just go and read through this. Okay. Hold on. Where's my email? I want to scroll down. I don't want to have the okay. Maybe he'll find us. Maybe he won't. Oh, wonder. Oh, is this right? Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys. So I can't see the chat because I'm reading through the thing. So I will come back to the chat. I will read your comments. Please hit the like button if you're coming in. Come on, take a seat. If you're not subscribed, go hit that subscribe button, child. We trying to get to 15K before the end of the year. We trying. We're gonna see if we get the little engine that could. We only need about 873 more subscribers. All right. On November the 16th of 2023, Cassandra Ventura, aka Cassie, filed a 35-page lawsuit in which she exposed Sean Combs for subjecting her to nearly a decade of physical, sexual, and emotional abuse, punctuated by APE, trafficking, and being forced to engage in drug-fueled, nonsensical sexual encounters with other men. Ordinarily, when a lawsuit such as Miss Ventura's is filed, that involves events that took place long ago. Witnesses are few and far between, and evidence hard to muster. Not so for the claims brought against Mr. Combs. Within minutes of the filing, salient facts of Miss Ventura's claims were confirmed by various witnesses, including a rival musician whose car Mr. Combs blew up, as well as various individuals who observed Mr. Combs beat Miss Ventura. Only a few days later, 2 other lawsuits were filed against Mr. Combs. In one, plaintiff Joy Dickerson Neal alleged that Mr. Combs drugged and assaulted her when she was a college student. The other lawsuit accused Combs, singer, Aaron Hall, of forcing the plaintiff and another unidentified woman of non-consensual sex. At the same time, a 4th lawsuit was filed, this one against Mr. Combs' companies and defendant Harvey Pierre, the longtime president of Bad Boy Entertainment Holdings, Inc. The suit alleged that Mr. Pierre used his position of power at Bad Boy to groom and sexually assault his former assistant, that Bad Boy looked the other way at the time. Now, this is now the 5th lawsuit filed against Mr. Combs, and we covered all them lawsuits. So if you haven't seen it, we covered all of them. It's a video for every single one of them lawsuits, and we talked about it, and we even had an open panel for most of it. So if y'all are new here or y'all didn't catch it, I gotta go. You know what? I gotta do a playlist. I need to do a Diddy playlist so that all the Diddy videos are right there together. I need to do I'm gonna put that on my to-do list for this weekend. Okay. This is now the 5th lawsuit. I just said that. This is now the 5th lawsuit against Mr. Combs in the last 3 weeks. Incredibly, the allegations brought by Ms. Doe are in many ways even more outrageous than those brought by his prior victims. Specifically in 2003, when she was only 17 years old and in the 11th grade, Ms. Doe was trafficked and gang, RAPE. I said erroneous. I mean egregious. My apologies. Jeez. Egregious is the word. Okay. By Mr. Combs, Mr. Pierre, and a 3rd assistant. In short, and then they do have a footnote there. The 3rd assistant is a pseudonym when the name of the 3rd, assailant, Jesus. The 3rd assailant is revealed during discovery. Plaintiff will seek to amend the complaint to replace the pseudonym. Now, I'll be honest with y'all. I wonder who the 3rd assailant is. Why she ain't name her? I don't understand why they ain't put that. I know Pam said it in her live, but I don't know. I'm just curious as to why that person wouldn't be named. Are they cooperating? Are they going to be a witness against Diddy and Pierre? Why wouldn't their name be in the paperwork? You knew who? Did you know? I mean, you clearly know who it is, right? Okay. Put it in the chat. Y'all tell me who y'all think the 3rd person is, or y'all think why the 3rd person. Y'all put it in the chat. In short, when she was just a teenager, Ms. Doe met Mr. Pierre and the 3rd assailant in a lounge in Detroit, Michigan area. While at the lounge, Mr. Pierre insisted that he was best friends with Mr. Combs and even called Mr. Combs with Ms. Doe. So he was bragging on the fact that he worked for Bad Boy, he knew Diddy, and then he called Diddy on the phone to verify, to flex. We know people do it all the time. Nowadays, they'll FaceTime you, right? Mr. Combs convinced Ms. Doe, who was half his age at the time, to accompany Mr. Pierre and a 3rd assailant on a private jet to come to his studio in New York City. Before they left for the private jet, Mr. Pierre smoked crack cocaine in a bathroom at the lounge, in which he also assaulted Ms. Doe by forcing her to give him oral sex. Now, let me come back to the chat before I go any further. Let me read what y'all are saying. I'll go back to the year, Correct. I'll go back to the year. They must not know the 3rd name, and will add it when they get it from discovery. Oh, you think they don't know who the 3rd name is? Okay, maybe that's what it is then. It's very hard to wrap your head around so much evil and devious behavior. Really, I thought a few were criminal. My apologies. I wonder if Diddy thought he would ever be held accountable when all this stuff, with R. Kelly was going on. That's a good question. Good question. He can't start protecting his name now. All of these, okay, y'all, all these are civil. Okay, yeah, all of these are civil cases. There, to my knowledge, there have been no criminal charges. All of these are civil cases. It happened in 2003. Thank you, Sharice. Okay. So a couple of things before I go any further. Number one, I mean, when we start talking about whether she can cooperate any of this, right? Did Harvey Pierre ever have a drug problem? Did he ever admit to having a drug problem? Did he ever go into rehab? You know what I'm saying? Did he ever speak publicly about his battle with drugs? I'm not saying that that means that this happened. I'm just saying it you know, can we corroborate any part of this story? What's up, Star? Can we corroborate any part of this story? I'm just going through it as we talk. Y'all know that's what we do over here. So if you want me to just read without stopping and doing commentate, you on the wrong channel. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So let's go back to it. Oh, the other thing I want to say too is before y'all start talking about her age and where was her mama? She was 17. Listen, I want all of us to go in our time machine. Get in our time machine. I want all of us to think about what we were doing when we were 17, when we were in high school. I want all to think about were we ever in places we weren't supposed to be and our parents didn't know? Did we ever sneak in the club? Did we ever, you know, hang out in spaces? Maybe we looked a little bit older and people overlooked the fact that we might not have had proper ID or we had a fake ID. You met a celebrity, somebody. Remember 20 years ago, Diddy was the hottest thing going. I mean, let's just listen. Let's just call a thing a thing. 20 years ago, Diddy was the hottest thing out there. And you just met somebody that not only said he was best friends with Diddy, but got Diddy on the phone. And then Diddy called you, invited you to his studio in New York on his private jet. Listen. As a 17-year-old 20 years ago getting invited to get on a private jet to fly, I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that that means she's telling the truth. I ain't saying that she lying. I'm just saying let's not act like we was Mother Teresa. When we were 17, we went to school, we came home, we went to Bible study, and we stayed home and we watched, you know, Dallas, Knots Landing, and all. Let's not act like that. Because I know when I was in the 11th grade and I was in 17, I know where I was. I'm just saying. Now, I ain't saying everybody. I'm not saying that that's everybody's story. I'm just saying, let's not act like. Okay? And then nowhere in here did the girl didn't say she wasn't fast. You know what I'm saying? The girl didn't say she wasn't fast. If I was 17 years old, would I have gotten on a private jet? Let me tell you something. And my best friend will tell you this. She gonna hear this in about another year, child. You know, she watches all my videos. She's just a little behind. And she'll tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all. When I was in high school, I was down for pretty much anything if I thought I could get away with it. Because let me tell you who I wasn't trying to run into. I wasn't trying to run into my daddy. Now, if I didn't think we could do it and I get away with it, then the answer was no. But if I was like, well, if we say we at your mama house and the jet, because remember, a flight from Detroit to New York is an hour. It's an hour. Okay? So, and I don't even think it's that long. I think it's less than an hour. If I thought that I could get on Sean Diddy Combs' private jet and be back before my parents found out, hell yeah. Now, I ain't saying that's for everybody. I'm saying that was for me. Shit. All right, let me go back to the article. Now, I don't know. Y'all was some goody two shoes. Maybe that must not have been my testimony. Okay. Okay, moving on. Mr. Pierre, the third assailant, and another gentleman then escorted the high schooler to a private jet, which flew them to Teterboro, New Jersey. There was SUVs waiting for the group at Teterboro, and the four of them were driven by Daddy's House Recording Studio, a studio famously owned and operated by Mr. Combs and Bad Boy. Daddy's House? The name of his studio was Daddy's House. Not Diddy's house, but Daddy. D-A-D-D-Y. Okay. While at the studio, Mr. Combs and his associates, including Mr. Pierre, plied Miss Doe with drugs and alcohol. As the night wore on, the 17-year-old Miss Doe became more and more inebriated, eventually to the point that she could not possibly have consented to having sex with anyone much less someone twice her age. While at the studio, Miss Doe was gang raped by Mr. Combs, the third assailant, and Mr. Pierre in that order. While Mr. Combs was hurt, though, he complained that he could not get off unless she pinched his nipples as hard as she could. Now, that is something else that may or may not be corroborated. I mean, other women that had sex with Diddy, have any of them spoken about certain things that he likes to happen in the bedroom in order to get him off? I mean, didn't Cassie speak to some of his kinks? I would have to go back and read Cassie's thing again. But is that something that can be corroborated? I'm just asking. See, I'm reading this thinking, what part of her story can she corroborate, right? That might be something that could be corroborated. I don't know. Mr. Combs then watched on as the third assailant, who Miss Doe had not even realized had begun to have X with her, Miss Doe, as she told him to stop. With her blanked her. Okay. After the third assailant was finished, Mr. Pierre took his turn. Miss Doe, and then violently forced her to give him oral sex, during which she was choking and struggling to breathe. When Mr. Pierre finished, he left Miss Doe in the bathroom alone. Miss Doe fell into the fetal position and laid on the floor. Her private area was in pain. Finally, after a period of time, Miss Doe regained her bearings. However, she could barely stand up following the incident and had to be helped to walk out of the building and back into the car. She was taken back to an airport and flown back to Michigan. However, she has very limited recollection of her transport home and only remembers being in her car sometime early in the morning. Unlike many victims who have come forward after decades, Ms. Doe can prove that she not only met Mr. Combs on the night in question, but was in his studio in New York City with him that night. Remember, when viewing these, Ms. Doe was 17 years old. So here's a picture of her. Of course, her face is blacked out. Here's a picture of her sitting on Diddy's lap. Here's the picture of her, clearly in the studio, or that's her pretending to be in the booth. Okay. Miss Doe lived with her memories of this fateful night for 20 years, during which time she has suffered extreme emotional distress that has impacted nearly every aspect of her life and personal relationships. Given the brave women who have come forward against Mr. Combs and Mr. Pierre in recent weeks, Miss Doe is doing the same. To that end, Ms. Doe brings this action seeking injunctive, declaratory, and monetary relief against defendants in violation of the Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Law, Gender Motivated Violence Act of New York City, and then it gives the code. So then it just goes on to talk about the jurisdiction and all that kind of stuff and who's involved and that. And then it gets into the actual allegations, which I'm going to read a little bit of this because it loops in, it actually loops in 50 Cent, which is going to be very interesting. So let me read you guys a little bit of the factual allegations. Let me go back to the chat first before I get into the factual allegations. Hold on. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat before I get back to that. Okay, let me scroll up a little bit. Shout out to the 225 people in the chat. Please, if you have not already, hit that like button. And if you are new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. This is what we do over here, you guys. We go through this information. Girl, we got into some situations just being young and fearless. Diddy private jet, I could pull it off. If I could be back in less than 24 hours, we would. I'm spending the night in the Met. That's what I'm telling you. Now, again, I know that ain't everybody's story, but let me tell you, I promise y'all, and I promise, and again, if I thought I could get away with it. Now, if the story sounded like something that I couldn't get away with, I'd be like, nah, y'all good. Y'all go ahead without me. But if I thought that in my mind, 1 + 1 = 2, and then 2 divided by 1 = 2, and then if you subtract 0 is still 2, and I felt like I could do the math, and the math was making sense. I was getting on that plane. That's just me. Okay, everybody's saying hi in the chat. Emma says she agreed with Really B. Thank you, boo. Tracy said I would have called my mom to tell her I was staying at the night at my sister's house, and then call my sister to say I was staying with my brother, and then let them play the game of telephone while I was flying. Right. Child. And again, I know that ain't everybody's testimony, but I'm just telling you, for me, now pictures are present. Diddy, where's the lie? Well, what that proves is that she was there. What Diddy's going to say is she was there voluntarily. But again, she was 17. And if y'all got her drunk, she can't give consent. But again, that's another that ain't here for me to that ain't here for me to try to be lawyering, okay? Xavier. All right, let me see what else y'all are saying. Hey, Raymond. Hey, everybody coming in. If I didn't speak to you, hey. Can I ask? Okay, Miss Bynum says, can I ask an honest question? Because I really don't know. Is her age relevant to this situation, as no one was asking for ID and she was in a club where you're supposed to be of legal age? That's a good question, Miss Bynum, because, you know, and I know I always say Miss Bynum, but it's MS Bynum. I think that's a good question. I think that's a valid question. And we had this conversation when we were talking about the Aaron Hall thing, when we were talking about Aaron Hall and the mother of his child and Luke and all of that. I think it's a valid question. If you are in spaces where you're supposed to be a certain age, or if you have a fake ID, I mean, I think that's a valid. Again, I don't know what the legal. I'm not the lawyer. I don't know what the legal burden is, but I know what I agree. I don't think I think that's a good question to ask. Puff need to leave the country. I would have been there and worry about the consequences later. Unfortunately, yeah. Now my sister wouldn't have cared. My sister would have been on that plane and wouldn't have worried about no alibi. She wouldn't have worried about whether she could get away with it, baby. My sister has always been a carpe diem kind of person. She has always been a you only live once. I bet you if I called my sister right now and I gave her the scenario, my sister would tell you, hell yeah, I'd have been on that plane. I promise you, my sister. Child. Diddy should have left his bank account info with Kathy's attorneys. Oh, because y'all notice the same attorney. That's the other thing. This attorney that filed this lawsuit is the same attorney that represented Cassie. So understanding, we can look at that two different ways, right? We can look at that from two different angles. We can look at it from the angle of, oh, this money got good to him, and he out here just trying to find anybody and everybody that can file a case against Diddy. Or you can flip it and say, look, he has way more information than we do as the public, and maybe he knows what to look for, what to listen for, and what to hear in order to know whether it's legit or not. Like, you can look at it from two different angles, because I'm sure that Cassie shared details with him that he didn't put every single detail in the filing, because you gotta keep one in the chamber. You know what I'm saying? However, you could look at it from both angles, right? You could say, oh, he just out here trying to get all of Diddy money. Or you could say, damn, when this woman called him, he probably knew what to ask to see if she, I don't know. You can look at it from both ways, okay? My sister is younger than me. My sister is younger than me. No, Ravine. I don't think the question was about whether somebody deserves to be assaulted. I think the question was, is the fact that she's underage relevant to what happened to her? Because maybe he assumed that she was of age because he was meeting her in a space where she should have been. I don't think anybody is saying that means that she should have been assaulted. I don't think anybody is saying that. I don't think anybody is saying that. All right, let me go back. And allegedly assaulted, because these are all allegations. Let me be clear. All right, let me go back. Let's read through the rest of this, okay? And then I'm gonna come back to the chat. Ooh, nope, wrong. Nope, not there. Okay. In 2003, Miss Doe was a 17-year-old 11th grader residing in a suburb of Detroit, Michigan. At the time, Mr. Combs was 34 years old. And it says here twice the age of Miss Doe and one of the most well-known and influential music artists of all time. A decade earlier, Mr. Combs founded Bad Boy and installed his longtime best friend, Mr. Pierre, into the role of president. At the time, Mr. Combs had many connections to Michigan, including, among others, to the Black Mafia family, a drug trafficking and money laundering organization that is rumored to have seeded Bad Boy. Accordingly, upon information and belief, Mr. Combs' associates included Mr. Pierre and the third assailant spent significant time in and around Detroit. Now, I'm gonna come back to that. Y'all, I'm gonna come back to the BMF thing. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to that. And I already know what Tracy and Xavier are gonna say, but baby, I'm gonna come back to the BMF thing. On one evening between the spring and fall of 2003, Ms. Doe was out with friends. It was not uncommon for her and her friends to frequent bars and lounges in the Detroit area. Certain of Ms. Doe's friends were well connected with people in the music industry. So she already had connections in the music industry, which makes me wonder if these people knew how old she really was, regardless of whether she had a fake ID or not. And again, I'm not going to harp on the age thing. I'm just asking. Okay. On the evening in question, Miss Doe was with friends in a lounge when she was approached by who she later learned was Mr. Pierre. Pierre was with his own friends, including the third assailant. Mr. Pierre, the third assailant, and their friends were dressed in suits. Mr. Pierre repeatedly complimented Miss Doe's appearance, saying that she was hot, among other things. He then began talking about his self-described best friend and brother, Mr. Combs. Mr. Pierre, specifically Mr. Pierre, continuously stated Mr. Combs would love to meet Miss Doe. Mr. Pierre even called Mr. Combs and put Miss Doe on the line. Mr. Combs told Miss Doe that he would love to meet her and that she should accompany him to New York in a private jet. And then this really kind of repeats what was already said. I just wanted to read the BMF part, but it really sort of let me see. It just gets a little more specific. After company in the South Airport, Michigan, a party formed a belief for private jet landed. Yeah, a lot of this is the same information, and again, it shows the pictures again. Yeah, it's really pretty much. I just wanted to read that BMF part. So let me ask y'all. Oh, wait a minute, Jay Walsh. Y'all. Somebody Google how old Tia Marie was in 2003. How old was she? One of my fact checkers, Tracy been working hard today. Somebody, Jay Walsh, you said you went to high school with her. Go back to the picture. Which picture you want me to go back to? Hold on. Let me go back. You want me to go back to the pictures up top where it's all of them on the same page? Hold on, let me scroll up right here. Y'all, I want to stay on this, Jake. This. Lauren says she don't think it was her. She would have been 16. Okay, so maybe that wasn't her. It wasn't her. Okay. Ooh, that would have been a whole situation. Okay. Now, let me say this too. That's not her. Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. I didn't even think about looking at the picture. No, that ain't her. That ain't her. Now, let me say this. This BMF thing, we do know that there was allegedly a connection between Diddy and BMF because allegedly there was that once upon a time Diddy and Big Meech were cool, and then there was, a very famous falling out where Wolf, what's his name? Wolf. I believe his name is Wolf. Where Wolf was unalive. So there is a connection between Diddy and BMF. Now, I can't say that that's where the money for Bad Boy came from. I don't know nothing about that. But I wouldn't be surprised. Anthony Wolf Jones. Anthony Wolf Jones. Now I wouldn't be surprised. Hold on, let me. Mims actually did a video. Thank you. Thank you for the Cash App. Somebody just sent me a Cash App. Thank you so much. I don't want to, I'm gonna just say thank you, Miss B. Y'all know I don't like saying people's government name, but thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate it so much. Okay. Okay. Shoot. I'm sorry, y'all. Because I forgot what I picked up my phone to do. I hate, you know what? I'm gonna have to start using my second device when I'm live because I have another phone that I can use because I don't have all this stuff on it. Because as soon as I pick up my phone, I got text messages, I got alerts, and then y'all know my ADHD. I be going left. Okay. All right. So let me read y'all who Anthony Wolf Jones is. Anthony Wolf Jones was Diddy's bodyguard. And okay, who was Anthony Wolf Jones? Diddy bodyguard and Justin Combs conspiracy claims surfaced online amid abuse lawsuit. So this is an article that was recently written. I don't want that because I don't want to get into. I want to just read an article about who he was. Okay. Thank you, Miss Parker. Was BMF security back in Detroit when he moved to Atlanta? Okay, Sean Cousin was BMF security in Detroit, and then he moved to Atlanta. Okay, okay. Thank you, Miss Parker. Thank you for the super chat, my love. Thank you. So I'm just reading y'all this quick article. Anthony Wolf Jones, 36, and another man were unalived outside of a nightclub in Atlanta, according to a source. Jones and Lamont Gertie were shot and killed during an incident which occurred in the Buckhead area early Tuesday morning. Jones served as Diddy's bodyguard for a number of years. Okay. Hold on. Okay, now this goes on into talking about something else too. But he was actually one of Diddy's he was one of Diddy's hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me do this real quick. Really be check your IG because she looked really different in 2003. Okay, hold on, Tracy. I'm gonna get to that. A key figure in P. Diddy's bribery and weapons trial 3 years ago was slain early Tuesday morning in Atlanta. Anthony Wolf Jones, 36, and another man identified as Lamont Gertie were unalived in an incident outside of Chaos nightclub in Buckhead around 4 a.m. following a party thrown by Social Death Records. Police arrested a man named Demetrius Flinneroy, also injured in the exchange, and charged him with 2 counts of unaliving somebody. Another man was, y'all know who Demetrius Flinneroy is, Big Meech. Yeah, that's his legal name. That's Big Meech. Big Meech is the head of BMF. So this, if you guys watch BMF or you watch the documentary on BMF, this is the charge that really was almost the beginning of the end for BMF. He was charged with that shooting. Okay. Jones, Diddy protege rapper Sean. Okay, they talking about so Jones was the bodyguard for Sean Combs during the December incident in which Diddy and Sean were accused of firing their weapons inside of a Manhattan nightclub. Diddy and then girlfriend. Jones was a driver with caught fleeing the scene. So he was the driver that got J-Lo out that damn club, and that's where they were leaving. Jones was acquitted of criminal possession of a weapon. Diddy was acquitted, and we know Sean went to jail, child. So yes, if you guys watch BMF, or if you watch the documentary on BMF, which is actually a really good documentary that 50 Cent produced. I think it came on Stars too. Yeah, I know it came on Stars. They talk about that shooting, and they talk about the fact that they talk about what happened in the club and what led up to it and all of that. And they talk about the fact that that really was sort of the beginning of the end for BMF, because they had him on this charge, and he beat the charge. I believe he beat the charge, but then, or he was still waiting. Something happened with that particular charge, but that really put him on the radar for the police, because he left Detroit and he moved the whole BMF operation to Atlanta. Anyway, watch the documentary. It's really good. All right, now, don't do that. Don't wait a minute. What you saying, Trace? I need this Kingpin. Don't listen to Tracy. Don't y'all stop listening to Tracy. Listen, if y'all are new here, don't listen to Tracy tell y'all nothing about no Kingpin Bay. Stop it. All right, now Tracy sent me a picture of what Tierra Marie looked like in high school. Now let's go back. Let's go back and see what she looked like in high school. Tracy says she looked different. Tracy says she looked different. Let's see what she looked like in high school. Y'all, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna email this to myself. Let me email it to myself. We might have to pull this, y'all. We might have to do some real-time investigation. Because we might need to do, it wasn't Tia Marie. She was signed to a record deal at Def Jam at 16. Okay. J12 said it ain't her. Okay, we just gonna leave it there. It ain't her. It ain't her. It ain't her. It ain't her. We're gonna leave it alone. It ain't her. Okay. I still want to know who the third assailant is. That's who I want to know. But with that being said, you guys, I'm not making light of the allegation. I'm not. I mean, we joke on here, but I'm not making light of the allegation. And I'm not making any determination about whether this woman is telling the truth or not. I don't know. I wasn't there. I do not know. I do want to know where her friends went. I want to know that, because she said she was at the lounge with her friends, and then we don't hear nothing else about her friends. Did her friends go with her to the studio? Did she go by herself? Now, I wouldn't have went by myself. Somebody asked me earlier, would I have gone? And I said I would have gone, but I would not have gone by myself. If my friends decided not to go, and I know some people would have went, but I wouldn't have gone by myself. Yeah, I wouldn't have gone by myself. Yeah, I wouldn't have gone by myself. But that, again, that still doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Just because she made a decision that I wouldn't have made doesn't mean, we know she was there. We know that at one point in time, she was there. Somebody was saying it might have been Tierra Marie, but we've done the research and we don't think it's her. Yeah. So oh my gosh, Jay Walsh, wow. Her boyfriend unalived herself while they were in high school. Oh my gosh, that is terrible. That is terrible. Dang. So again, we don't know if it's true. These are allegations, just like everything else. Just because Diddy settled with Cassie doesn't mean that that's not an admission of guilt. Don't yell at me. I'm just giving you the legal disclaimer, okay? But I'm gonna read y'all again what Diddy said, because Diddy did release a statement. I'm gonna read y'all what Diddy said. Let me let y'all know what Diddy said, okay? Hold on. Damn. Don't you hate when you send a text message to the wrong person? I don't know who I just sent that text message to a minute ago. I think I sent it to Pam. Oops, wrong person. Sorry. I'm surprised Pam ain't responded and said, girl, what is this? Oh, I forgot I can unsend stuff now. Hold on, let me unsend this. Oh, can I unsend it? Child, I know Pam is like, girl, what is this? Okay. All right. Okay. If you ever heard of Yellow Ribbon Project in Detroit, that was the event that sprouted Yellow Ribbon. No, I've never heard of the Yellow Ribbon event in Detroit. I've never even heard of that. Yellow Ribbon Project, I mean. Y'all, what I pick up my phone? Oh my God. I got so distracted. What was I doing, Pam? I, what was I doing? See, that's what happened. I gotta stop using this phone. It's too much stuff going on my damn phone. There's too much stuff going on my phone. Um. Oh, I was reading Diddy's statement. Damn. Okay. Ooh, Jesus. One of these days, y'all. One of these days. Okay. Diddy said, I'm just reading it to y'all one more time. I'm just reading it to y'all one more time. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation, and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Sean Diddy Combs. That's what Diddy has said. Now y'all do with that what you will. That's what Diddy has said. That statement was too vague for me. Shy, what he supposed to say? I mean, I don't mean no harm, but what he supposed to say? Lord, you know they done got the pictures now. The shade room just posted the pictures from the thing. All right, y'all. That's what it is. Okay, that is what it is. As always, we will keep you posted. Uh, if any more anything, y'all know what it is. If you haven't already hit the like button, please do so at this time. You guys asked me at the beginning of this that I pull the name out the box. I don't pull a name every day. It's the 12 days of Christmas. So I'll be pulling it the 12 times. So I did not pull it today. I will probably pull it either tomorrow or Friday. And that um tomorrow, I know my ADHD is I really do think it is really bad. Like it really, really is bad. Y'all think I'll be playing, but I'm really, really not. Um, Tomorrow night, we will be doing our Chasing Atlanta review, and we will be doing a live Black Cake review. For those of you who have been watching Black Cake, oh, I got something for Tracy. I definitely got something with Tracy for Tracy, y'all. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. Uh, but for those who've been watching Black Cake and either read the book or did both, I will be doing the live. I promised you guys on tomorrow night where we'll be discussing the book versus the miniseries, what was included, what wasn't included, what was changed, why we think it might have been changed, and just an overall discussion um of the whole miniseries. So I'm here for it. So meet me back here tomorrow evening for that. No, it's not a crack. No, Tracy, it's not. No. With that being said, you guys, I'm gonna be giving you reviews tonight. I'm gonna be giving y'all reviews tonight. The book was really good. Um, because y'all know Wednesday night is my busy night. I have 3 shows that come on Wednesday. Well, really technically 4. I got Black Cake, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Miami, and then Chasing Atlanta, which I'm actually behind on with Chasing Atlanta. So I got to get all of that stuff out. So with that being said, you guys, thank y'all for being here. Please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please get subscribed. We are trying to get to 15K, honey. We are trying to get to our next milestone. And I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace. Yeah, Black Cake is on Audible. That's how I listen to it. I listen to it on Audible. Most of the books I read now, I listen to on Audible, you guys. And I'm putting that on my to-do list to set up my playlist this weekend, child. Because y'all, it's so much. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.